be your full moon reading in Sagittarius for 2025. So we're just going to jump right in. Today we're going to be using the Gilded Tarot. By the way, this deck is amazingly gorgeous. The readings can be a little heavy, but phenomenal deck if you're interested in that. As we go forward, I am going to draw you 2 messages regarding this full moon, 2 action cards for a general, to do with what you can, and then 1 overall whole reading card, as well as 2 words to use during this lunation cycle. Okay, this will be a general reading, no specific signs or anything like that, so don't expect anything for anything like that. Okay, jumping right in, I'm going to tell you a bit about the astrology, and then I will get your reading for your cards. So this month, June 9th, we've already passed it, I believe. Jupiter is going to be going into Cancer, so we love that. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It's absolutely fantastic. If you have Cancer placements in your astrology, go check them out. See where your blessings are going to be coming from for the next year. It is, we need this fresh of air coming in, just bringing it all in. Okay, now full moon in Sagittarius, June 11th, 20 degrees, rocking that. It's gonna be a lot, not as much as last month, but this is chaotic. It's not chaotic evil, it's just chaotic. It's the kind of chaotic that comes from when you have to tell someone the truth about something and you're not really sure, you're thinking about it constantly, you're trying to figure it out, and it's like anxious, and then you like verbally vomit all over them, you're just like blah 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 the truth, and then you have to wait for their reactions, and then it's like fine. We are at the point right now where you're just learning that you have to tell somebody the truth about something. So we have to go through all those other parts. That's what's coming. It's got Sagittarius though, right? So you're going to be standing in a very righteous, truth-seeking kind of place for things, which is good. We love the truth. We love that Sagittarius is really interested in the truth for things. We don't necessarily like the chaos that they bring to the situation with that, but sometimes you gotta rip and roar through. Am I right? Okay. June 15th, I believe, is when Saturn comes into play. Now this is where it starts to get that messy part. Okay, Jupiter is going to square with Saturn, and that's going to create some chaos. It's going to be very friction. There's a little friction there. They don't necessarily get along too well together. And immediately following that, Neptune comes in. Neptune bringing all of that watery energy into an already chaotic mess. This has the feeling of a child finger painting and just going crazy, and then you step back and you're going to look at it and be like, wow, you could be the next Jackson Pollock, and you'll feel good about it. But while you're watching it, while you're going through it, nobody really wants to get into that finger paint, So as we move past that, that's when it gets really iffy, okay? Because on June 15th, you're also going to have Mars and Uranus squaring up. And if you want to talk about emotional volatility, you want to talk about things just being crazy, that's what we're looking for this week. So as we head into this lunation, okay, we got 2 cards. I don't know what you saw in my bedroom, but there it is. We got 2 cards coming at you. They just flew out, and that's what we're going to use. So as we head through this lunation, it's going to get better. I just want you to know it's going to get better. It's just, a little bit crazy. Don't forget, if you're into the astro stuff, the nodes of destiny are also being squared with. So your higher self is definitely going to be coming into play with this. You can have some serious choices. Pretty much this full moon energy is just going to be, wait, what? That's going to be your full moon energy. That's the whole thing. Some of it might feel a little bit heavy. Some of it might feel not quite like brain foggy, but like you're just, what? You're just what? You're just questioning a lot of things. If you feel like your path is wrong, or you're questioning where you're supposed to be going and things like that, that is normal. It is a time to be looking at that deeply and trying to decide. It's not a time to necessarily change it, but it is a time to know about that. Okay, the emotional volatility is clear in these cards. Going forward, look at your placements where the Cancer is. Be okay with the blessings that are going to be coming your way. Welcome them in. There is some abundance coming. There is some really great stuff coming. But we got to trudge through the mud to get away from the flood before we can get to the house, right? So paths change to get there, but you will be getting there. Okay. Just know that some chaotic revelations are coming. That's all we need to know. So with this, the two cards that we have, the first one, the message, this is the card I dislike the most in the tarot deck. This is real pain, okay? This is, hey, this full moon is going to bring some whatnot. This can be love issues, this can be relationship issues, this can be community issues, whatever it is, it's painful. This could literally be pain, like bodily pain. Here's what you need to know. When you see this card, this is not the ending. These are the messages for you on what to expect, what you're going to need to deal with, what you're going to prepare for. Okay? Three of Swords, air energy. Words matter. Be careful on the internet, my friends. What you say matters. Be careful out in the world. There's some people walking around with a lot of signs. There's people wearing different kinds of flags. Make sure that the words matter. How you're dressing matters. Look into proper fashion senses if you're out walking around with a lot of posters or flags for the June 14th holiday, because June 15th, a lot of volatility can be expected. This probably gonna be a little bit of an issue as the week goes forward, but it is air energy, so make sure that you are also being nice to yourself. Your words to yourself as well. Check in on your friends, okay? It's going to be a lot. We also have the Ten of Cups, but it's in reverse, okay? Everything is not over. The message is that you're not there yet. You haven't succeeded yet. We're not to the end route yet, okay? Emotions all over the place. Feeling disjointed. Remember I said it's emotional upheaval, it's chaos, it's bonkers nonsense, right? This is not being okay with the blessings, not being sure how to take those. This is not sure if the path is going to be satisfactory and fulfilling. Not sure if you're seeing the truth. That's what this is, okay? So that's your two messages. It looks kind of ominous, which I am sorry for. It is not actually an ominous situation. It's not, okay? Because this is what you're prepping for, okay? This is not the result. This is what you're prepping for. These are the messages. It's not the result, okay? So it's not ominous. Now, can we get two actions to take with these crazy cards we got going on? Remember, I told you this deck can give you some heavy stuff to look at, but also with the Moon and Sagittarius, it's no joke. Like, just some serious revelations are going to be happening for people. Things that you never thought you'd have to check out. Oh, geez. Ooh. All right. Seven of Wands going on. Okay. That's the first action. Now, I am going to say I like to look at the bottom of the deck just to see what it says. And you got the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So that's going to be people not learning their lessons like they're supposed to. So take that for what it's worth. Seven of Wands is your first action. Okay? This is defend. This is passionate energy. Pay attention to your core values. Pay attention to your morals. Pay attention to your community. Pay attention to what is going on around you It's not time to build a wall, but it is time to protect what you hold dear, right? That's what this is. This is protecting what you hold dear. My camera will not focus on that. I'm gonna have to hold it closer. Okay. But also look at the wands, right? They all have essentially these little like points of light, right? It's being attacked from a lot of directions. Okay? It's time to gear up. It's time to put on your emotional armor, possibly your physical armor. It's time to wear the makeup in public. You know, wear the elfie ears that cover this part of your ear and your face masks, and that kind of nonsense is what this week is going to be all about. I'm not making any statements. I'm just saying, like, it's all about backing what you stand for, questioning the deep questions, doing the hard work. You really are going to be looking at everything and going, wait, what? Do I really stand for that? Am I really sure about these things that I'm passionate about? Is that really where I'm going to stand? And you might not like it. And you might not feel satisfied about current situations. And you might have to change them. Or you might not. But they want you to be prepared. What else we got? One more action, general to do overall, is next. One more action. Okay. Oh, 2 cards came out. Okay. Sorry, they came out together like this. So I am going to read both of them, even though I normally only read 2. 4 of Swords. It's not time to worry. It seems like it doesn't make sense, right? Because you got this, and this is not upright. So everybody's going to say, what do you mean it's not time to worry? What are you talking about? I'm just the messenger, yo. It's not time to worry. You will have a great opportunity, okay? This is a time for opportunity. It's a time for slicing through. It's, again, time for words that matter. This is an Ace of Swords. It's a great opportunity to move forward, to really do swift action, things coming in quickly and getting through. It's very Sagittarius, if you think about it. Just kind of throwing it all up and being like, bye, y'all. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my own thing. This is what I'm doing. And what did I say? I said there was going to be emotional volatility. I said it was going to be chaotic. This is kind of what that is. Here's your opportunity. Don't worry about it. Go forth and conquer and do what's right. Your righteous fury is what's coming out this full moon. That's what you got. These are your cards for action if you want to look them up on your own and see how they would apply to your life and how they work together. Okay, 7 of Wands, Ace of Swords, 4 of Swords. Your messages are 3 of Swords and 10 of Cups in reverse. Now let's get an overall card for the read. This is a little bit longer than I intended. I'm sorry. General card for the read. Knight of Cups in reverse. Nobody's coming to save you. You might feel very much like an emotional turmoil is happening. This is confusion. This is things are not right. This is feeling like things are not right. This is feeling like you're not on the right path, like it's problematic, and it's a little bit of a fast-moving energy, okay? Work your way through it. That's what is the overall card as the month goes on, okay? It is going to be Knights in reverse, okay? I'm just looking at my deck. It is not all in reverse, so that one stands. Check out, okay? Water energy, feeling emotionally turned upside down, not sure about your path, not sure about what's happening. As the month goes on, it will right itself. But that is your overall message. Let's get some words for you. a little bit loud, okay? We're going to pull 2 words. Okay, so the first word is fermentation. Okay? I don't know if it's going to work. Hopefully it works. Fermentation. Now that's the process of putting like cabbage into vinegar and leaving it and it becomes sauerkraut, or cucumbers into vinegar, I think, with like spices, and then they become pickles. Fermentation. This is sitting with something, okay? It's throat chakra energy, so it's holding back your words, holding back what you feel is so important that you say it, holding it back, thinking over it, sleeping on it, as it were. This is go to bed angry, because maybe you're not actually that angry, and you'll wake up and you'll have coffee and the world will be better. It's sit with it. Let it sit, because it's going to get better over time. It's going to be more understood over time, and it will come out better when it's supposed to. That's what fermentation is with that card. Very throat chakra, do all the work, open up your throat chakra, but use your brain to keep it down. Okay, and this is a third eye, dark blue. Okay, flourish, flourish, flourish. And what this one means is kind of to grow. It's kind of where you water your plants, they will grow, they will flourish. It's to feed it, it's to make it, to work on it. So very interesting, because with this full moon, the card that came up for the full moon was the Magician, which is all about ritual, conjuring, manifesting, innovation, and like transformation, but not the same as the castle. So it's all about how you can flourish. And with this being a third eye color, hopefully you can see that, you know, it's all about the intuition here. This full moon is about using your intuition and following it. And for the next month, you want to really work on your intuition. Again, that's going to take this tampering down the voice, following your intuition, paying attention to things very closely. So that might mean not being so involved in the big bad out there, and coming back to center, coming back to your righteous self, to your inner moral compass. And is your moral compass correct? Because you might not feel like it is. You might feel like there's a lot of chaos going on, right? Protect that moral compass. Protect the inner sanctuary, because you will have an opportunity to see the truth. And you don't need to worry about this, because, you know, we're dealing with a lot astrologically, and it's causing a lot of upheaval, but we have to get there. We have to get there. There's a purpose. Do I like that? No, but there is a purpose. All right, y'all. Have a great month. Happy full moon.